Good morning to all and welcome to the session. Practice questions based on exam topics. As usual, the first five questions go with error location. Read the first sentence and try to spot the error. Government took strict action against the doctors in strike, but they refused to resume work. A resume has got two different meanings. I'm sure you guys know. One, show your resume, bring your resume. Actual word, resume. That is the first one, all about yourself. But here in this context, resume means to restart something, a restart. Over strike is not correct. Government took strict action against the doctors in strike, but they refused to resume work. Good morning, good morning. Where is the error? No one has spotted the error so far. That means not an easy one. Where not first part, you mean? Government took strict action. Here, first part, there is no error. Ah, that's right. Against the doctors, in strike is not correct. On strike. When it comes to strike, we have to use a preposition on. They are on strike. They are on strike. They went on strike. They went on strike. They decided to go on strike. So here we use a preposition on strike, not in strike. Otherwise, the sentence is right. Government took strict action against the doctors on strike, but they refused to resume work. It's a question based on the right preposition on strike. Although he has been winning the elections over the years, this year his popularity has substantially reduced. Although he has been winning the elections over the years, at the outset, I'm sorry I could not take a lot of sessions last week because of a personal emergency, a family emergency, and now on the classes will be regular. Sometimes it happens. Certain things are inevitable, not in our hands. So, hope you guys will understand. Where is the error? Has substantially reduced. Nothing wrong with that. After the helping verb, look at the sentence very carefully. No, no, he has been winning over the years. Nothing wrong. He has been winning. Here, answer is no error. Although he has been winning the elections over the years, this year his popularity has substantially reduced. This year, incomplete. We have to use present perfect. It is in present perfect. Over the years, nothing wrong. It's a standard phrase. Means for many years, from past to present. And generally, elections abstract noun. Before an abstract noun or countable noun, it is countable. Election, elections. We should not, general statement, we should not use any article. But here it is specific, related to a particular person, specific elections. So that way, nothing wrong. Although he has been winning the elections over the years, this year his popularity has substantially reduced. No error. I appreciate all those students who have chosen no error as the answer. An investor must be take into account many factors before making any financial decision. This is an easy one, should not be that difficult. One reading, you should be able to spot the error. Past to present, Divya. Over the years means past to present. not simply past. Past to present. No, it is still going on. He has been winning. He has been winning. It's not over. This year his popularity has substantially reduced. He has been winning, and this year also he may win. Elections are not over. Based on that, we cannot use past perfect continuous. We have to use present perfect continuous. That's a good doubt. An investor must take into B is not required. Okay, sir. Must take into account. Here you cannot use the primary auxiliary be, not required. You must take into consideration, you must take into account something. Here be is not at all required. So what is this question about? It is about redundancy. A redundancy. What is this low hanging fruit? Madhav. Question number 3. An investor must take into account many factors before making any financial decision. Only one error. B is not required. An easy one. The committee will discuss the draft in detail and will make suggestions for the proper implementing the scheme. Superfluous or redundancy. Nagamani, you're right. Fourth one, also an easy one, should not be that difficult. The committee, but you have to recollect the rules that go with collective nouns, committee, jury, staff, team, all these. The committee will discuss future, so no problem. On account, both are entirely different. Here, don't isolate into account. You have to consider, take into account one unit. Take something into account is an idiomatic expression. Take into account, what does it mean? Consider. So don't isolate. On account is different. Into account, take into account is different. So here, this is over. Going to question number 4. The committee will discuss a draft in detail. Will discuss a draft in detail, no problem, and will make suggestions. Future, further proper implementing or implementation of the scheme. Very good. Don't simply write implementation. Implementation. You have to use a preposition of the scheme. Implementation of the scheme. Then it is correct. Proper implementation of the scheme. Perfect. Very good. And what is this question about? Word form. Implementing is not correct. It should be implementation. We have to use a noun form. A current account is a deposit account which is offered by banks mainly to firms and companies who need banking facilities very frequently. This is also a good question. See, all these questions under pressure, you may miss a particular word. That's why I always tell, no problem. Perhaps I wanted to emphasize. Will discuss, will make suggestions. And make suggestions also right. Will make for emphasis. There is nothing wrong with that. We'll discuss the draft in detail and we'll make suggestions based on that. Here, what happens? No, please let me complete. Under pressure, sometimes what happens, you take things for granted. You may not focus on important words. That's why I always tell students when it comes to error location or sentence improvement or phrase replacement, you have to read the sentence meticulously. You have to respect every word. Who is this? P. Reds. Very good. Sairam also. There is an error. A current account is a deposit account which is offered by banks mainly to firms and companies. Here we are not talking about people. Relative pronouns which, who. If you take these two, which goes with things and who goes with persons. I'm sure you guys know that goes with things as well as persons. Here we are not talking about persons, we are talking about firms and companies. Then we cannot use a relative pronoun who, we have to use which need banking facilities very frequently. Very good. This is not easy under pressure. That's why they have given which need. Has anyone got all the five correct? Please answer my question. There are five questions based on misspelled or inappropriate words. In my opinion, you should get all the five correct. Should not be a problem. Over the succeeding weeks, things went from bad to worse. I think usually prelims level they give misspelled words. Usually they are easy. Usually. So here, over the succeeding weeks, contextual awareness is important. Reason being, these questions are based on two aspects, either misspelt or inappropriate. Inappropriate, very dangerous in the sense you have to understand the context, only then you can decide. Based on the context here, over the succeeding weeks, week does not come into picture. It should be double E. Weeks, things went from bad to worse. Nothing wrong. Other words are correct. Abdul, quite pale with fright, rushed into the room. Fright means fear, stage fright, stage fear, fright. Again, under pressure, if you are in a hurry, you may think, you may not spot the word that you're supposed to. Very good. Abdul, quiet. There are two words over here. One is quiet, the other one, quiet. Spelling is different, so is the way you pronounce. Quite means very, quite big, quite interesting. But quiet means calm, serene, placid, tranquil. Here, Abdul, quite pale, very pale. We cannot say quiet. We have to say quite, quite pale. Pale means to lose, to turn pale means because of fear you become pale. You lose a regular complexion. The parents were poor, though they were of noble birth. The parents were poor, though they were of noble birth. Quite, very, totally, entirely, fade, exactly. Pale means turn pale, lose a complexion, regular, actual complexion. Here, Nobel Prize, that is different. Here we are talking about noble. Noble has two different meanings. One, royal. The other, good cause, noble cause, good cause, good reason. What he is doing is noble. What she does is noble, means good, something highly appreciable. Children have a natural curiosity. For that, we use the word inquisitive. Inquisitive. Inquisitive means curious, an important word. Children are always curious or inquisitive. Noble personality, yes, Balu Naik, very good. Here, children have a natural. What is the spelling of natural? Easy to make out. All said and done, under pressure, you may not be able to. You got to read meticulously. After more than a day's journey, we finally arrived at our destination. After more than a day's journey, we finally arrived at our destination. Inquisitive, exquisitive. There is a word like exquisite. Exquisite means beautifully made, beautifully made. It goes with the aesthetic world, paintings, sculptures, sometimes dishes. So, after more than a day's journey, we finally arrived at our destination. No error. All are correct. Answer is the fifth option. Now, let us go to June 1st. Next month, I'm going to start bring questions, new patterns. So, I have been bringing the regular, usual exam topics: error location, phrase replacement, fillers. But next month, I would like to bring new patterns. They'll be very useful, challenging rather. He is held regard as, does it make any sense? He is regards as, these are not grammatically acceptable. First, you have to eliminate. He is to regard as, he is regarded as. We regard him as active voice. He is regarded as by someone, passive voice, present tense. Answer is the third option. We regard him, he is regarded as. Here it is present tense, passive voice, regarded as. Ah, yes, that's right. It should be the other way. The inquiry has to bring to light some startling facts. An important word, startling, means what? Surprising. I was startled, means surprised, bewildered, startled, puzzled, flabbergasted. All the words you have to recollect. Bring to light means to make public, to make something public. The inquiry has to bring to light some startling facts. But the context could be has already brought over. Has to bring means it talks about future, will have to. The context is it's over. Bring to light, based on the word startling, we cannot consider has to bring. Bring light to, brought to the lights, brings to light. The inquiry has present perfect. The inquiry has brought to light some startling facts. Answer is the fourth option. Already over. Startling means surprising. Bewilder means surprised, confused. So, my friend went his way out to oblige me. This could be a little difficult, but if you know a particular expression, you will be able to get the correct phrase. Oh, you have already answered. My friend went his way out to oblige me. His way out is not correct. My friend went out on his way, out of his way. Hold that one. So out of the way, little. What is the answer? Oh, I'm surprised. Only one has got it right, one or two. Answer is the second option. My friend went out of his way. Don't go out of your way. I had to go out of my way. Out of your way means breaking the rules or breaking the tradition. Answer is the second option, but only a few students have got it right. That is a bit surprising. To go out of your way means not to do the usual thing and sometimes go out of not to follow the rules, not to follow the tradition. Two festivals in which I participated recently brought this home point to me fairly dramatically. Very good. Here, two festivals in which I participated recently brought this home point not correct. Bring this Already participated. You cannot use a verb in present form. Brought this point home. Hold this one. Brought home this point would have been correct. This point brought home not correct. What is the answer? Brought this point home or brought home this point to me fairly dramatically, not the usual way, dramatically. Question number 5. I knew it was bad manners, but I couldn't help interrupting their conversation. I knew it was bad manners, but I couldn't help interrupting their conversation. This is a good question. If you know the meaning of a particular expression, you will be able to. Very good. Here, I could not help, I could not control. Answer is no correction required. Correction. That has to be corrected. No correction required, unfortunately. No error. I knew it was bad manners, but I couldn't help interrupting their conversation. Very good. The last slide, idioms. Powerful and influential men in business or politics. Very good. I always appreciate students when they choose a fifth option, no error. It demands a great deal of confidence and you have to have the guts. Powerful and influential men in business or politics. Men in gray suits. Very good. Wonderful. B easy answer. To display one's feelings openly. You don't try to hide. Wear your heart on your sleeve. Very good. Answer is E. Big heads, top brass. We also use the expression top brass. Have you heard of this? Those are the top influential people, the top brass. To be secretly amused. This is a new one. You got to be careful. To be secretly amused. Amuse someone, make someone laugh. Amusing, humorous, comedy, hilarious, all related words. Answer is B. Do something without delay or good reason. At the drop of a hat. They have given many a time. He does things at the drop of a hat. Ah, yes, of course. Outlandish behavior. Very good expression, Madhav. I appreciate. You always come up with nice words and nice expressions. I really appreciate. Very good. Keep it up. I'm going to do that from next month. Who is this Raghu? I've just said June 1st. Wait till June 1st. I'm going to get new patterns and new uh, challenging questions because you got used to these. Now it is time to move on higher level. Do something without delay or good reason at the drop of a hat. Do something with a very small amount of money. Shoestring budget usually takes the word budget. On a shoestring budget. You deserve it, Madhav. You deserve it. Do something with a very small amount of money on a shoestring. And do remember, we use the word budget on a shoestring budget. All these are very important at the drop of a hat. Laugh up your sleeve. This is you got to remember. On a shoestring budget, important. Men in gray suits, important. Wear your heart on your sleeve. This has been given, and even this has been given many a time bank exams. That's all for today. Thanks for being with me till 10 past 9. Hope you guys have got enriched. Have a nice day. I will see you guys tomorrow. And do remember to subscribe and share. After the session, go to the description of the video and click on the link Telegram group. Join the Telegram group. Thank you very much.